Welcome back to the Missouri Valley Conference Men's Basketball Media Day. We're wrapping things up here. Josh Betts is here from Betts Online. That's his website. You should go there and follow him on as he covers the Missouri Valley Conference and lives up in the Iowa area, so he knows that Drake and Northern Iowa those programs very well. Josh, just your takeaways. You were in a different part of the building than me. What are your takeaways from listening to the coaches, the players, and also we'll get into the polls in just a minute, but your takeaway from conversations you've heard?
Oh, just not a surprise. I think one of the things that this was my first trip to MVC Men's Basketball Media Day, but of course the common theme of everyone being excited to start a new season. A lot of questions. Some questions were asked to the coaches going into their second year, whether it be second year in the league or second year out of school. You look at Coach Ragland at Evansville, Coach Yaklich at UIC. Just looking back at year one, what they thought of the league, adjustments they may or may not make going into year two. And I think the biggest overarching point is, whether you're a media member here today or watching, reading, what all of us who are here today write about video work. It's it feels like the first day of a new season, and it's certainly the excitement levels there for me today, and just excited for a new year, as I think everybody is.
Yeah, you mentioned the coaches in their second year, both Coach Prohm at Murray State and Casey Alexander at Belmont, both talking about how they heard it, but they didn't understand the physicality of the league and learning how to adjust to that on the fly last year, and then what that meant about recruiting and other things this particular year. Let's talk about the poll quickly. Drake, let's see, I have it in front of me somewhere. Drake, you and I, Bradley, let me think the rest of it. Indiana State, Belmont, Missouri State, etc. Biggest surprise to you, if anything?
Oh, let's see. Biggest surprise in relation to the preseason poll. I don't know how big of a surprise it is, but Indiana State picked fourth. Indiana State 4, Belmont 5. That surprised me a little bit. I thought those might be switched the other way around. Belmont picked fourth, Indiana State fifth. That's not a big surprise, but that was one observation. Certainly, as far as a surprise, I think you look at the top three. I don't know that anybody's surprised by that top three. And frankly, Harry, here a few months from now, we could be sitting courtside, and those three, I think those three teams are the top three seeds come Arch Madness. We'll see what the order is here in about 4 months. But
so Josh thinks that those three will be the final three. How about that, y'all? He's just right there out there on a limb. So when obviously the 16, it was at 12 and 5, 17 person, three teams of this preseason poll. Not a ton of surprises. I think when you look at a guy like Darnell Brody named to a team like that, I think that represents how he finished the season last year. Some newcomers, Isaiah Swope lands on the third team, even though he wasn't in the league last year, really outstanding in the OVC. Who's the player, if any, that you can think of that was missed, didn't make the top 17?
Well, I'll say this, Harry. Coach Peden in his press conference mentioned that he thinks Kendall Lewis will be an all-conference player come the end of the season when those honors are announced. I guess if I had to give you a player that I thought would be on those teams that isn't, that's probably a bit of a surprise that Kendall Lewis is not at minimum a third teamer.
When I look at this list, I think of a couple things. I think this will change, right? Because some guys will get hurt. The different players will emerge. Here's the guy I think that's going to emerge that isn't on this list and probably shouldn't be, only because He doesn't have the reputation yet, but I think Alston Mason at Missouri State makes one of these three teams at the end of the year. And I understand why he's not on the list. He will be on the list at the end of the year. I'm telling you, he's going to be a dynamic player this particular year.
Well, just for what it's worth, once again, we agree.
Well, every once in a while, so what they say, the blind squirrel can find it out in the woods sometimes. When I talk to the coaches, every one of them is optimistic at this time of the year. But if I can read through the tea leaves, kind of go through the smoke screen, who's the coach that you think is most excited or encouraged by his team right now?
Oh, that's hard to say there on that, because as you said, in the press conference setting, which is where I spent my day today, every coach at the podium, we're excited about our team. We're excited about our group.
Who's really the most excited?
That's a tough call. I don't know that I can pick one just off the top of my head.
I'm gonna say it's Josh Schertz. We'll see.
That's a good selection there. That would be in the running as far as if I was to pick a coach who seemed the most excited.
That'll do it for us. I just want to say that this entire league, I think probably 10 of the teams are going to be better this year than a year ago. Thus, the net and all of those kinds of things are going to be different for this league that was way down in terms of Ken Palm ratings and all those kinds of things a year ago to what we're used to. And so it should be an exciting season for the Missouri Valley Conference. I want to thank Mike Kern and Jack Watkins and Commissioner Jeff Jackson for all their help this day. We talked to Commissioner Jackson. That's all up on our website, and all these things will be out there for you to watch later on. That'll do it for us, wrapping things up here at the Missouri Valley Conference Men's Basketball Media Day. Remember, since you've been there, make it a better place. We'll see you again real soon.